What's up, guys? It's me here for Triple Shot, and welcome back to another video! Alright, so today we have an absolute banger of a clip to start off the week with. It's coming from Epic Base Race Story. Both teams are pushing Crystal at the same time, and they are literally going toe-to-toe. But the thing that ends up deciding this entire game is not a tower or a strategy, but in fact, a single minion. How does this happen? Well, let's just jump into the clip and find out, shall we? Alright, so right off the bat, you can see both teams pushing Crystal at the same time. Now, I don't know what the setup is like in this custom game, but it looks like the bottom team has some sort of rampart or wall that's allowing them to safely push their Crystal up towards the top team. And honestly, it's looking pretty good for them. They've got a couple of minions near the front of the Crystal, and the top team doesn't really have any kind of defense for this. They've only got one guy sitting in the back with a shotgun, and he's pretty much just there for intimidation purposes, because when the Crystal gets closer, he'll be completely out of range. So, yeah, it's looking pretty bleak for the top team. And then out of nowhere, one of the minions carrying the Crystal decides to attack the guy with the shotgun. Now, I don't know if this was intentional or not. If it was probably to slow down the push a bit so they could catch up with their own towers. But either way, the minion starts attacking the guy with a shotgun, and it actually kills him. Now, this does make me wonder why exactly it targeted him. Because there were other options. There was a tree nearby that it could have attacked, or even the ground itself was probably breakable. But for whatever reason, it decided to attack this guy, which leaves the Crystal completely undefended. And the top team takes full advantage of this by immediately starting to chip away at the Crystal with their basic towers. The person who died also placed a hunter's cabin shortly before this all went down, so it wasn't able to save his teammates by calling in any help. Although I will say, I was kind of hoping that the team would call in a DJ and just spam it over and over again until they won. That would have been absolutely hilarious. But anyways, now that the minion is dead, the Crystal is pretty much just gonna slowly walk up towards the top team, and they gonna do their best to try and defend it. But it is pretty obvious that they not gonna be able to kill this Crystal in time. So the bottom team calls in a golden minigunner, and he places it right in the back, which makes sense. He wants to be as far away from the action as possible, while still being able to effectively deal damage. And he places it right behind that wall, which means the Crystal has to go out of its way to actually reach it. At this point, it looks like the bottom team has the clear advantage. I mean, they've got a fully upgraded Crystal and a golden minigunner in the back with no real threat of top team killing it anytime soon. However, this next part's kind of crazy, because all of a sudden, the Crystal stops moving. I don't know if this was intentional or not, but the Crystal literally just stopped walking forward and started targeting the towers. I guess it finally noticed that there were some things in front of it that weren't trees. Anyways, after a bit of back and forth between the Crystal and the towers, the Crystal eventually runs out of health and the top team wins. Now, I'm not entirely sure how this happened. I'm assuming the Crystal I just got a bit confused and ended up targeting the towers. But that's just a guess. I'm not entirely sure. But honestly, the whole clip was pretty funny to watch. I don't think I've ever seen a minion attack a player before, let alone take down a whole team. So that was pretty cool to see. But anyways, that's about all I have for you guys today. Thank you all for watching. It's been me here for Triple Shot, and I'll see you all next time.